It's okay if people learn about how brilliant you are later. How many of us have found it upon ourselves, whether it be a project or a process or something, a program, that when we're trying to get people to invest in it, we feel that we have to convince them that they should go all in at the beginning. And so we know what we have planned, we know what we're trying to do, and we know what we can accomplish. But the person that you're dealing with or the company you're dealing with, they're not completely convinced because they've never engaged with you in that light. So they want proof because in their mind, they don't truly believe you're able to do it, even though they may not say it to you. A lot of times we put so much energy into trying to prove to whoever it is that we're looking for support from that they need to jump on this train right now, because if they don't, they're gonna miss out on a good thing. That what ends up happening is that we lose time and energy doing that. When in essence, you could do it in the other way. Imagine if you took a second and you said, listen, I need you to commit this amount of money. Would you commit it? And they tell you, well, I can only commit this amount. You have to now ask yourself the question, say, okay, what do you need to see in order for me to get to that number? And if they tell you, well, I'd love to see this. If I get there with the little bit that you've given me, the next time we do this, will you give me the rest of the way? You might be surprised, because guess what? If they commit that amount, they've already told you they're agreeable to committing to whatever you're doing, just not to the extent that you are. But see, the thing they don't know is you have a secret weapon. And you know what that secret weapon is? You. You know what you're capable of doing on the back end. So you're trying to convince them that all this brilliance that you know you have, they should invest in it now before you've shown it to them. Take what they have. And then guess what ends up happening? When you exceed whatever expectation that they had for you, and the next time they come around, they're going to want to jump on board. They're going to want to be a part of that brilliance. Always remember, people are always looking to try to be a part of the next big thing. And part of showing them that this next big thing is happening is by demonstrating that you can take a little bit and blow it up in ways that even they didn't expect. Trust me, if you can demonstrate through your actions that something that you're doing is going to explode in a manner that they need to be a part of, you won't have to beg. You won't have to ask. They'll come to you in advance. So instead of taking all of that energy and fighting and pushing and feeling like I got to get y'all to get on board this thing right now, man, because this thing is popping, let's take a step back and say, this is what I want to do. Here's my pitch. That's what you're willing to commit. All right. You know in your mind you can exceed whatever it is that they're giving to you. If you tell them that if I do this, will you be willing to commit more? And they're like, yes. Guess what? If you don't hit that, they've already told you, shown you the level of commitment. But once you blow it out the water, they will be running to you. Start getting yourself conditioned to recognize that instead of spending all of your waking energy trying to prove to people that you are so brilliant and that whatever project you've got is so brilliant that they got to get on that thing right now and then, don't use all that energy for that purpose. Take a step back and recognize that you can get so much more by letting them see what you can do after the fact.